Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to an Ascension energy update. It has been a very challenging, I was going to say difficult, but very challenging past few days. Some of you may have been feeling this before, some of you might be feeling this after, some of you might have been feeling this right along with me. But it was a very challenging past few days with some very interesting energy coming in. Now, what did this feel like? For me, this felt like my mind felt very stable, steadfast, very clear. Not all the time. I went through a period of ego for maybe a day or two. But then that cleared up, and all I was feeling was the emotions. All I wanted to do was cry. This was a big purge. All I wanted to do was cry. All I wanted to do was just kind of crawl up in my bed and sleep. I felt like I was just going through the motions of my everyday life and my business. I felt like there were emails that need to be answered. There were messages that need to be answered. There were things behind the scenes of my business that needed to get done that I was doing. But when it came to any passion, when it came to any readings, when it came to anything else, it was like I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't. I felt simultaneously shut down and alive. I was having a really hard time balancing out the energies. I felt connected to my spirit team and disconnected. I felt like I didn't even want to speak to my counterpart. I felt like I was just completely shut down inside of myself. And not just with the need to rest, just emotionally. Now, this is different than how I felt when numbing out. This was just, I felt like I could not bear the weight of anything any longer. It was like the stress of the past several months. I've been experiencing some challenges the past several months, taking care of everyone for the past several months, taking care of the world. It felt like it was a heavy, heavy weight on my shoulders that was releasing. And it wasn't just the weight of the world. It wasn't just taking care of everything, holding everything together, just trying to keep up my strength for everybody and myself. It was the ascension process as a whole. It was all the changes, all the shifts, all the energetics changing within me. It was like throughout this process, everything had been integrating. Everything had been shifting, the energy had been changing within me, my consciousness had been changing, and it was like these past few days, I just needed to just completely shut down in order to just allow. That's what I'm getting now, just to allow it. And it was not easy. It was not easy because there was a lot of emotions and old debris coming up to the surface to be cleared. In the Friday's daily energy draw, we had a message of quantum healing. It was a very deep message about how old energy might be coming up to the surface for collective healing, because the collective, the greater collective, the planet is going through an ascension process. And that's exactly how it felt. It didn't entirely feel like mine. I had been doing massive, massive healing the past several months, including this week, massive release, massive healing of old templates, old archetypes, old collective energy, but it was me releasing it. It was me releasing it from myself, from how I was attached to old beliefs, old stories, and as I released it for myself, I was also helping to release it for the collective, so there was collective energy in there as well. And it just did not feel comfortable. Like I said, I just wanted to shut down. I didn't want to see or talk to anybody. I couldn't do any readings. I couldn't do anything that I was really passionate about. I couldn't move forward. I just didn't feel stuck. It didn't feel stagnant. It just felt like I was forced to stand still. And not in a way of stuck energy, not in a way of stagnancy, not even in a way of rest. I wasn't even called to rest. I was in bed and I was writing and working on my books. I was going out to the lake to spend some time there to connect to water energy. I was going for walks with my dog, so it wasn't like I was just called to rest, but I couldn't do the things that I wanted to do. I couldn't move forward. I was being called just to take care of myself. And like I said, I didn't even want to speak to anybody, even my divine masculine. Um, I was just completely shut down. I couldn't even explain to him until yesterday what was going on within me because I didn't know it for myself. And it was only yesterday that I had a conversation with him and I said, this is what I'm feeling. And it felt very conflicting. It felt very paradoxical. So that's why I couldn't even explain it because I didn't understand it for myself. So it was a very confusing past few days for me. Very much felt like wobbly energy where I was having trouble balancing myself out, having trouble, even though my faith was strong within me, my heart felt strong, my beliefs as far as within myself, within my journey felt strong. I was steadfast in that, but I was emotional everywhere else. So my heart knew that I was going to get through whatever it was I was going through. I was still strong in my faith. I was still connected to my spirit team and God, but it was difficult in that I'm hearing from my spirit team there was some resistance there. That's why it was so difficult. I'm getting scolded. Yes, there was some resistance there. And it was because there was a lot of confusion and I didn't just allow myself just to be in that energy, just to listen to where they were forcing me to go. I just needed to shut down. And it was because there was so much that was integrating, so much that was balancing out, because there is a powerful shift that has been taking place the past several months, integrating, anchoring in that, and because we're going through a new one. We're going through another powerful shift. We are upgrading, we are leveling up. This is a quantum leap again. And that feels like that's coming in between now and the new moon. So there really feels like there is a quantum leap that is about to happen. You might be feeling it within yourself. What this actually looks like, I'm not quite sure. I'm hearing miracles. I'm hearing abundance. I'm hearing vitality, new vitality coming in. A new sense of energy, a new sense of strength, and even a deeper sense of faith. I'll share with you guys another story. So I was a mess the past few days between crying and wanting to cry or not able to cry, and feeling just at peace. So it was running the gamut. Man, you know what this ascension journey is like. So yesterday, as I was coming back from errands, I felt this sense of oneness as I was driving. I felt my multidimensional nature. I felt my soul self within. And I was looking at my block, looking at the houses, and I was saying to myself, my soul was saying to myself, oh my gosh, look at what a beautiful house. Look at what a beautiful creation that is, that somebody created that. Somebody manifested that. Somebody created that. I was looking at the grass and the trees, and I was feeling the interconnectedness of all consciousness. And I said, what a beautiful world this is. And my soul, not my conscious mind, my soul said to myself, someday this will all be over. This experience as Susan, in this incarnation, someday this will all be over. But in the meantime, I just want to enjoy it. I just want to create and feel joy and laugh and feel happiness. I just want to feel this interconnectedness. And that's when that sense of oneness just rushed all over me. And I looked around the world and I said, what a beautiful playground this is. What a beautiful creation energy this is, because that's what this is. We are not meant to struggle. We're not meant to just survive. We are meant to thrive. We are meant to create. This is a playground for us. And that's what higher consciousness is. And so in that moment, that's when yesterday shifted for me. In that moment, that's when I was able to communicate with my divine masculine what it was I was experiencing. In that moment, that's when I was able to feel something settle within myself and start to feel balanced within my emotions again. In that moment, that's when I started to feel the integration. And I feel so much more balanced now. I feel so much better now. It wasn't that topsy-turvy. It was a shift. It was a shift that was happening within into higher consciousness. Because again, I had a few days of purging of the ego where my mind was just all over the place. But then it shifted into just feeling all the emotions. It was an emotional purge. It was an emotional release where old energy was coming up to be released. And my mind had been clear. My mind was settled and feeling at ease, but it was my emotional body that needed to release. So that's what I was going through the past several days. And then all of a sudden, there was that revelation, that breakthrough, and everything just came into balance and integrated again. So if you guys are experiencing a little bit of what I experienced, this topsy-turvy energy, the wobbles, where you're feeling faith, where you're feeling kind of at ease and at peace within your heart, there's a knowing within your heart that you'll get through it. There's a knowing within your heart that this is just a phase, a cycle. Know that what you're experiencing is a shift. You're purging old energy, releasing old energy out of your energy field in order to welcome in the shift, in order to anchor in and integrate the new energy, the new light codes that are coming in. Okay, I have a feeling they're just giving it to me now. As I'm channeling here, I'm understanding more and more of what I experienced. I did the 3 light language transmissions: releasing stressful situations, releasing fear grids, and anchoring in crystalline consciousness. It was a series of 3 that they gave me this week. It's up on the channel in the playlist, Light Language Transmissions, if you want to check it out. Plus all of the transmuting I did, the energy healing work that I did with friends. There was a lot this week. Those light language transmissions really started to really help to release. That's what I was feeling, releasing stressful situations. Like I said, it had been a challenging time the past few months. Those light language transmissions really helped me to release, and that began kind of the movement into, that was like the catalyst into this purge that I experienced. But then it anchored in more of the light, anchored in more of the crystalline consciousness. That was the shift that I experienced yesterday. But I had to release the old. I had to release the old templates, old archetypes. I had to transmute all of the old fear, all of the old attachment. I had to release all of that in order to anchor in more crystalline consciousness. So if you're experiencing what I experienced, hang in there. There is a shift that is coming. It is going to upgrade you. You are going to be led into a quantum leap. You can use the light language transmissions to assist. Some of you might be saying, I don't want to go through that. But all you're doing, all that does is assist you in releasing and then to anchor in the crystalline consciousness. So now that you're aware of it, now that, if you're listening to this, now that it's brought to your awareness, it can help you. It can be easier for you. I experienced it not exactly knowing what was going on, so that was all the confusion, that was a lot of the turmoil that I experienced, but now that you're aware of it, that can help you through whatever it is that you experience through, if you're purging, if you're transmuting. Allow that to help you take care of your body, take care of, your emotions, balance out your emotions, bring it to your awareness, say, oh, this is just purge, I'm going to get through this, this is okay, I'm just releasing. You can shift the energy within yourself almost immediately. I wasn't able to because I was in the thick of it. I didn't understand what was happening to me, but now it's brought to your awareness. So if you're going through this, hang in there. It's going to be a major shift for you, shift into higher consciousness, and even shift into higher dimension. We are moving into the 6th and 7th dimensions now. It is not just the 5th. We are going higher. We are going here in quantum. So this is a major shift that we are experiencing now, moving into higher levels of consciousness. So hang in there. It's going to get easier. It's going to get better. And you'll start feeling that anchor within yourself. But let's get into this. We're going to talk more about Ascension, see what is happening with the cards, using the cards as a tool to assist in the channeling. We're going to bring forth the dragons as a overarching message. What do they want to say about this shift? Again, it feels very much like April opens up a major portal for major shifting into the new moon, leading into Beltane, which is May 1st, leading into the eclipse season of the summer. There feels like there is major cosmic assistance that is happening, the planetary assistance that is assisting us in this shift. I'm trying to see if I can get more about that. It's just assisting in providing what it is that we need, I'm hearing, as far as bringing in the new energy. It's assisting in bringing in new energy. So let's talk to the dragons and see what is it that we need to know for our ascension journey. All right. What's interesting about this is when I was doing Dragon Reiki, I've been channeling the dragons for almost a year now, and I just recently completed Dragon Reiki, Celtic Dragon Reiki, Dragon Sikkim Reiki, and Self-Empowerment Reiki. Beautiful, beautiful attunements. And what was interesting is during my journey in one of those attunements, I experienced a new dragon. I met a new dragon. It was an earth dragon. And he's here now. He's here now. It's a masculine energy. My personal dragon is a feminine energy. I'm hearing that's not a coincidence. Balancing out the masculine and the feminine energies. That's what's going to be happening throughout this portal, really balancing out the masculine and the feminine energies. We're going to have a Sacred Union energy update as well, where we'll get even deeper into those and how Sacred Union, Sacred Partnership plays a part in this Ascension journey. But right now we're going to be focused on Ascension as a whole. This is your growth. This is your evolution. Again, your counterpart, if you are in a Sacred Partnership, plays a part, but it is for your growth and your evolution. You're just doing this in a Sacred Partnership. You're doing this as one energy. All right, what do you want to say? What is this about? All right, Spirit. Just get some messages, please. Just get one card. What is this about? What's the overall energy for this reading? What do you need us to know today? What do you need us to know today? What do you need us to know? Thank you. We have Blue Dragon from the Pleiades. Prepares you to accept source healing, accept a heart activation, give and receive heart healing. That's what it feels like. Some of you might actually also be having throat chakra activations. I know there was a period there where I had a sore throat during this past week. Very mild. It passed very quickly, but it was throat chakra upgrades as well. So there is a lot of healing that is happening at this moment. And it's all to bring in new energy, to bring in that crystalline consciousness, that Christ Sophia consciousness. It's to bring us into the new dimension, to bring us into higher consciousness. And a dimension is just a shift in consciousness. And so what this was all about, this is what this feels like, what this was all about, and you may be experiencing this or have experienced this, is for healing. And healing is just remembering more and more of who you are. Healing is just clearing out the old templates to welcome in new light codes, to welcome in new light templates, to welcome in new higher consciousness. That's what healing actually is. It's not that you're broken. It's not that you're damaged. It's not that you are any of that. It's not that you are in need of healing. It's just that you are clearing out. Healing is just a clearing out of old templates, lower vibrational, dense energy, lower consciousness energy, in order to welcome in new light codes into your energetic field that helps to assist you into shifting into higher consciousness, into higher dimensions. And again, they're reminding us that it's not just the fifth dimension anymore. It is 6th, 7th dimension that we are moving into. That's the new consciousness that we're moving into. We have birthed the new earth energy. We have crossed the bridge into 5th dimension. And now we are bringing in higher dimensional consciousness. So support from the Pleiadians, support from all of our galactic team, very loving energy coming in. But this is helping us to clear out and assist this. And it's all stemming from this source consciousness. It all stems from source energy. So clearing heart activations, and heart activations is just a clearing of any dense energy, trauma, templates, etc. within the heart space to bring in more light. That's what a heart activation is. It brings in more love, brings in more light, brings in the template of love, brings in the template of light, and that's what higher consciousness is. It's the template of love. Okay, wow. All right, Spirit. What do we need to know for our Ascension journey at this time? What do we need to know for our Ascension journey at this time? And one more. just got called to that deck as well. I'm going to use that deck first. I'm getting called to this. And I go where spirit leads me. Okay. Okay. What do we need to know at this time, please? What do we need to know about Ascension at this time? What do we need to know about our journey at this time? Okay, that's interesting. They're bringing me to the... Okay, it's all about the imagery here. You see how this is a heart? And this is confirmation of what we had just channeled. What is heart activations? I feel like they want clarity for this, complete understanding for this. So I'm going to mention it. And you see how in here there's a bunch of coins. There's a landscape, but it looks like it's stormy weather. The card here is a consciousness of lack. This is what we're clearing out. You have your abundance. You are abundant by nature because you are a gift of the universe. You're a child of the universe. You are the universe itself, just displaying itself in a physical body, in a human experience. But what's happening, or what has happened, is we have been in such a low vibrational consciousness that we experience lack, that we experience suffering, that we experience turmoil and strife. That was for our evolution, but that's the old template of evolving. That's the old template of learning and growing. And so what they're reminding us of, what we were actually working on clearing out, what this shift is all about, is moving us out of lack and scarcity consciousness. And it's not just about finances. Abundance is an energy. It's an abundance of joy, an abundance of love, an abundance of, it's just this higher heart energy. Stepping into the higher heart where you feel connected to the universe and all living consciousness. And as you're connected to the universe and all living consciousness, you recognize that you are connected to abundance. Abundance as a whole, because the universe is infinite. The universe, by nature, by law, is abundant. There is no lack in the universe. It's just our limited mindsets. It's just societal programming that says that you are limited. Now, what's interesting about this is we had been in an energy of needing to, if you're in an energy of needing to take, of needing to, say for example, you feel like you don't have enough money, and you guys, I was in this energy too this week. If you feel like you don't have enough money to pay for pleasures, to pay for needs, to pay for support, whatever you need to support living, that's an energy of lack. That's an energy of scarcity, wherein you are not recognizing your sovereign self. You're not recognizing your own power to create. You're not recognizing your connection to the universe. Because the universe is abundant, so are you. You are protected and you are supported. And so when you're in that lower energy, when you're in that lower consciousness, you're blocking yourself. You're blocking yourself from your connection. You're blocking yourself from recognizing how abundant you are. And so that's a lower consciousness that has been releasing, that has been clearing out. To welcome it in, again, it feels like upgrades. It feels like that quantum leap in abundance. To welcome in that feeling of, I'm always provided. I'm always abundant. I'm always supported. I'm always protected. I'm always, in an energy of recognizing that I'm one with the universe. And because the universe is infinite, so am I. So it's just our limited mindset. Let me say this another way. This society has been one that has been built around lack. No matter where you are in the world, this timeline that we had been living in, the society, the programming that we had experienced, the conditioning that we had been experiencing, is programmed around lack, programmed around scarcity, programmed around less than. What the shift is doing into New Earth energy is healing all of that, clearing all of that old templates out. Those are the templates that we're clearing out to recognize our oneness with the universe, to recognize that we have everything that we need and everything that we want will be provided to us. It might look different than what we expect, but that's where we give it up to the universe. The universe is always working in our favor. The universe is our very best friend. Our very best friend. It is Mother, Father, God. It takes care of us. It is, whatever way that helps you to feel supported, to feel protected, to feel provided for by the universe, whether it's a mother, father figure, whether it is a best friend, the universe always, always has your back because you are one with the universe. Again, you are a child of God. You are one with God. You are God just experiencing itself. You're the universe experiencing itself in a human body, in a human experience. And so how could you ever be lacking? How could you ever be unsupported? How could you ever be abandoned? You're not. That's just the old consciousness. That's just the old template that society created that pulled your energy down, that made you forget. What we're doing as we're shifting dimensions, as we're shifting in consciousness, is remembering. That's what healing is. It's remembering that because you are soul, as soul, you are one with the universe. You are the universe. And as soul, you're naturally abundant. So what this healing activation is doing is it is clearing out all the old templates within the heart space of lack, of unworthiness, of I have to take in order to survive because it won't be given to me, or I don't have enough, or I'll never have enough. You're being guided to trust in the universe more. The universe is always bringing in opportunities to support you now. It might not be a windfall of money falling into your lap, but the universe will be providing you with opportunities to work, with opportunities for projects, with opportunities for inspiration and motivation, because that's where you have to take action. That's where you have to take your divine guidance and take action, inspired action, divine action. That's what it is. That's what's balancing out here. That's how you're shifting into higher consciousness. That's how you're shifting into the vibration of abundance, clearing out any place of victimhood, saying, oh, woe is me, I don't have enough, I'll never have enough, the universe hates me. You're clearing all of that out and stepping into the energy of, I'm one with the universe. The universe loves me. The universe always supports me because I am the universe. I am supported. I am one with the universe. And so I am naturally abundant, and the universe will provide me with whatever it is I need to be abundant, because that is my birthright. And that's what's happening here. You're clearing out the storms. You are unblocking the heart, softening the heart. You see how it's just like concrete here? There's just this energy of softening the heart so that you could receive, because the universe wants to give. Okay. Okay. They just said, nope, no more from that deck. I can go to the other one. So bottom of the deck here is between two worlds, and that's exactly where you might have felt like. You might have been having trouble balancing out between the two. You might have been feeling like, what is going on? I feel one way 1 minute, one way another minute, one way one day, one way another. This is just the balancing out. This is just the transition and the shift. And that shift has already occurred. And I feel like you're really firmly in this new world energy, new earth energy, this higher consciousness energy. But it just has to integrate. It just has to balance out, and you have to let it. You have to allow it. Yeah. Okay. Spirit, what do we need to know, please? What do we need to know? Oh, okay. Chaos and conflict. Yeah, do you remember? I feel like this is just confirmation of everything I talked about and channeled in the beginning, so don't miss the intro. Remember when I said that you're just releasing debris? That's what this feels like. You are releasing the old version of yourself and stepping into the new. And that isn't easy. That causes chaos and conflict to the ego. That might even cause some chaos and conflict to your physical world, because you might not recognize yourself. Other people might say that they might not recognize you. But feel within your heart space. You know what is true to you. You know what is your divine essence. And that's what you're stepping into more and more. You're stepping into your divine essence. You're getting rid of the old template. You're shedding the old layer of who you used to be. Who you used to be was this consciousness of lack, this lower vibrational energy, this lower consciousness. Now you're being asked to really embody the higher heart self, really embody service, really embody mission, really embody the genuine, authentic nature of who you are. Really embody the higher self. I'm also hearing the moral self. Really embody the moral self, because that is who you are. So what you're actually doing is, this is all debris. You see how he's like a zebra and a giraffe. And it feels like he's shifting into the giraffe. He's a horse. But he has the energy or the markings of a giraffe, but he's a horse. And it's like, wait a minute, I shouldn't be a horse. I should be a, tall creature, long neck. You know what giraffes look like. And it's like, wait a minute, what's happening? This is uncomfortable. I was a horse. I was a zebra. Well, it might be uncomfortable, because what you're actually doing is you're revealing your true essence. That was a really poor analogy. I don't know how else to explain it. It might feel uncomfortable because it might not be who you're used to looking at in the mirror. But what you're doing is, now you're seeing your true self. Now you're seeing your soul self. Now you're seeing your heart self. And we say this a lot for the Divine Masculines, where it's not easy for Divine Masculines. This is the Divine Masculine energy within you if you represent the Divine Feminine embodiment as well. There have been so much toxicity there. There have been so much lower consciousness that you were used to being in an energy of chaos. You were used to being in an energy of conflict. You were used to being in an energy of survival mode, getting whatever it is that you needed, taking whatever it is that you needed. It was even a selfish behavior. Survival mode. That's what it was. It was ego. It was survival mode. And now what's happening is, it's like, wait a minute. I recognize that as the old me. I don't want to be that person anymore. I'm shifting into something new, and it doesn't entirely feel natural. It feels good. It feels like this is who I am. It feels like my divine essence, but it feels foreign. Not that it doesn't feel natural, because your divine essence feels very natural to you, but it feels foreign because this isn't who you've been embodying in the past. You have been embodying the toxic version of yourself, the lower consciousness version of yourself. And the toxic is just the energy. It's the lower consciousness. It's the dense energy. It's the energy that said that you had to survive, that you had to live a certain way, that you had to be a certain way, that you couldn't be happy, that you couldn't be joy, that whatever it was, it's going to resonate for everybody differently, but you recognize it by the difference in how you feel. And so what's happening is, the old is just being released. That's what this is. The old is being released so that your true colors can really come out. You're releasing the old, and you're integrating the new. You're integrating your divine essence. You're integrating the divine energy. You're integrating higher consciousness. You're integrating your soul self. And it looks and feels very different than the old version of yourself. And so your ego might be kicking up, causing a little bit of chaos and conflict within your mind. Like, wait a minute, you might have some trouble balancing this out, but don't worry, you are going to be balancing this out. Because when you integrate your soul self, that's where the natural feeling comes in. It feels natural, it feels true, it feels authentic to you. And anywhere where it feels uncomfortable, anywhere where it feels foreign, it's just because you hadn't been embodying that in the past. You hadn't known to embody that in the past. That's where awareness comes in. That's where know thyself comes in. The more you know thyself, the more you understand yourself, the more wisdom you recognize within yourself, the more you recognize the soul of yourself. You have to know yourself in order to reach that level of consciousness, in order to reach that level of ascension. You go deeper within in order to ascend. And that's what this is. You're just releasing the debris. You're just releasing any fragments of the old version of yourself, any attachment to the old version of yourself. And ego wants to protect you. Ego wants to be in what's comfortable, be in what's familiar. Ego doesn't like uncertainty. But the more you quiet the ego, the more soul rises. And the more soul rises, the more the ego tames. You don't have to kill the ego. That's a fallacy. You quiet the ego. You integrate the ego. You allow the soul to speak louder. You trust in the soul. You have faith in the soul. You have faith in where your heart is leading you. And more, the ego will quiet. The chaos and the conflict will be resolved. And you'll feel at home within yourself again, because you're embodying your sacred soul self now. Okay. Yeah, that's what you're doing right now. You're cleaning it up. You're cleaning up your consciousness. You're cleaning up your vibration. You're cleaning up that debris. Letting go of anywhere where you're still holding on to old beliefs, old mindsets, old patterns. You have to release that in order to rise in consciousness, in order to shift. So you're just cleaning up anything that isn't in alignment with the new version of yourself anymore. For some, this will be things in your physical, career, relationships, etc. For others, this is just patterns, mindsets, beliefs, even just simply energy, releasing the old energy. And that's what it all is. It's all energy. You're just cleaning it up. Okay. I'm going to use my new deck. It's my new tarot deck. It's available for pre-order in my Etsy shop. So let's just get a couple of cards and see anything else we need to know about this ascension journey, please, Spirit. Anything else we need to know about this energy. I hope this is helping you guys. Hope this is resonating. Do let me know in the comment box below. Okay, anything else we need to know, please, Spirit? Anything else we need to know? Anything else we need to know about Ascension? Where did that go? Yeah, the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups has been coming up for me in several readings. The Four of Cups for me is an energy of looking at the past. It's the traditional tarot is where he is sitting against a tree, arms folded, kind of stubborn, resistant energy. He's looking at the three cups in front of him. That's past energy. And he's ignoring, the universe is coming in. It's the Ace of Cups energy. There's a cloud. There's a hand coming forth on that cloud with a cup in its hand. The universe is bringing in an opportunity, but he is just stubbornly resisting, stubbornly looking at the past. That's what the Four of Cups energy is for me. And that's what this feels like. This feels like you're releasing the past. This feels like, you see how the cups are empty here? But there's growth that's happening. I feel like your cups are being filled back up. And here's what's interesting. They're bringing me back to my experience. You might be experiencing this as well. What they're saying is you had to empty out in order to fill back up. You had to release everything. That's all the emotional purging that you've been experiencing. You had to release everything in order to fill back up on that self-love. In order to fill back up on universal love. That was Spirit coming in. That was God coming in to assist you. So you as you move through this energy, feeling more of that oneness, feeling more of that connection to God's source, the universe, whatever it is that you want to call it, that pure love energy, that pure source energy, feeling more of that. But you had to empty out first. That's part of the shift. Remember when we said clearing up your vibrations, letting go of the past, letting go of the old version of you? That was the old version of you. You had to empty out in order to fill back up. But fill back up in a new essence. Fill back up with the soul self. Fill back up with your connection to source. You had to fill back up. And that's what this energy is. No longer looking at the past, letting that go, and bringing in new opportunities from Spirit to be in that higher consciousness, to embody that higher consciousness. And that higher consciousness, they're reminding us, is an energy of abundance and not lack. Spirit. Queen of Cups, that feels like that Ace of Cups energy. This feels like, it feels like that Ace of Cups energy. Balancing out of the emotions, really owning your emotions, owning yourself, and just being in an energy of loving, compassion, nurturing of yourself. You had to step into the energy of filling yourself back up, emptying out in order to fill yourself back up. That's what this feels like. Confirmation there. Spirit, anything else we need to know? Spirit, anything else we need to know? Anything else we need to know about our ascension journey? Page of Swords. This is a fresh energy. Pages for me are very fresh energy, new beginnings, bringing forth an energy of clarity, bringing forth an energy of truth. Now, this is universal truth. This is soul truth, soul essence truth. So this is new clarity for you. It's not so much communication from other people, but it's communication from the universe, feeling connected to the universe communicating with you and you understanding. It's just this energy of connection to the universe, connection to all that is, connection to all consciousness, just feeling very divinely connected and being able to express yourself in higher consciousness. And the more you're able to express yourself in higher consciousness, the more the universe is responding. It's not symphony, it's a beautiful exchange. It's a beautiful communication between you and the universe. The universe is always talking to you. The universe is you, but you have to listen within your soul self. So that's what this feels like. This feels like as you are shifting, clearing out the old, that old energy, that old chaos and conflict, the old version of yourself, you're stepping higher and higher into your heart self, higher and higher into the energy of love. And as you're doing this, the universe is responding to you in the energy of love. And so your connection, this feels like your third eye opening up, so you might be getting upgrades. Your connection to the universe is expanding. You're going to start feeling that, integrating that, really, really feeling that. I'm really feeling that energy. Where you'll understand things. There'll be more truth revealed to you, more clarity revealed to you, but this feels more like esoteric topics. This feels more like inner wisdom, inner guidance from the universe guiding you forward into the next stage of your ascension. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that's clear for you. One more card. I feel anything else we need to know, please, Spirit. Anything else we need to know? Anything else we need to know for our ascension journey? That's too many cards. Anything else we need to know for our ascension journey? Six of Swords, it's getting better. And we have the Eight of Wands at the bottom of the deck, which is forward movement. So you are ascending. You are moving into a much calmer time, much more harmonious time within yourself. There is inspiration, there is motivation that's happening, there is action that is happening. So if you feel like you're at a standstill, know that that is shifting, that is changing. You're moving into more harmony. You're moving into more divinely inspired action for your life. Your physical life will be changing as you change within, but it's all going to be positive changes. This Eight of Wands just has this beautiful energy of positivity, this beautiful energy of forward motion, this beautiful energy of growth. So does the Six of Swords here. Beautiful energy of just going forward, not looking at the past anymore, just forward motion, forward momentum. And what's interesting about this is these cards were intuitively created. What's interesting about this is what they're bringing forth here is the Five of Swords is an energy of conflict. The Five of Swords, for me, is an energy of the ego embattled with the heart or with the intuition, with the soul self. But what's interesting here is these swords are pointed down while the one sword, the Ace of Swords, is pointed forward, and there's this beautiful growth that's happening here. So the conflict and the chaos is coming to an end. And what's happening is you're moving into the next level of your ascension, the next level of your soul self. Again, there's that clarity and that truth that's coming in, that connection that's coming in because you're connected to yourself, because you released the past. And what that's leading to is more growth, more evolution, both within the self, within consciousness, and within your physical world. So beautiful, beautiful changes that are coming. Embrace the change because it's going to be everything that you want. That's that abundant energy that's coming in. There's nothing to fear. There's nothing to worry about. Place any sense of uncertainty into, the universe's hands. The universe, again, your best friend, mother, father, supporting you, providing for you. Whatever it is that brings you that comfort, that brings you that faith, have faith in the universe. Have faith in yourself and know that you're moving into a beautiful energy of new. Beautiful energy of beginnings, beautiful energy of higher levels of consciousness, higher levels of living, higher levels of being in an abundant, joyful state. Beautiful, beautiful energy. I hope that made sense to you. Okay, now we're going to close this out with a message from the universe and see what they want to say. This is my Conversations with the Universe deck, also available in my Etsy shop. All right, Spirit, what do you have to say to us for our Ascension journey? What do you have to say to us for our Ascension journey? Let's get one more. Okay. Even in the darkest times, I was there casting hope on your heart. The universe saying, I've always been here for you. I've always been there. Even in the darkest times, I've been leading you through. And some of this might have felt a little bit of a dark night of the soul. Not quite dark. I feel like you still have that faith within. You still had that knowing within. It was still like your mind was very clear, but you were just feeling everything. That was the universe supporting you. That even though it felt very challenging, you were supported. Even in the darkest times, the universe was there casting hope on your heart. And we have speak your truth out loud, the one you've been holding on to, the one you've been fearful of admitting to the world and to yourself. Feel that truth rise from the recesses of your heart. Feel how good it is to set it free. This is your beginning. This is your beginning that has this energy of this. What you're doing is you're acknowledging the soul of yourself. You're letting go of all the old versions of yourself fully. You have to let it go within yourself before other people will follow. You have to forgive yourself. You have to release yourself of the old version of yourself. You have to acknowledge that within yourself first in order for your physical world and other people to recognize that. That's what you're doing. You're letting go of the old version of yourself, allowing yourself to begin again by speaking yourself, speaking the soul of yourself, allowing yourself to embody higher consciousness, allowing yourself to embody the soul of yourself. You're releasing the old in order to begin anew, feeling into the recesses of your heart, feeling how free you are when you embody the soul of yourself. This is your beginning. Don't be afraid to speak who you are now out loud. Don't chain yourself to the past. And then, bottom of the deck, we have believe in yourself, believe in the beautiful divine you, shine brightly, love generously, and share your sacred voice. All right, everyone, that's going to be it for today's Ascension Energy Update. We'll be back with a Sacred Union check-in as well. I think that'll be we'll do a quick check-in this weekend on the community post, so make sure you're checking that out. Also on Instagram and Facebook, we'll cross-post there. And then we'll be back next week with more collective readings. I'm sending you so much love, so much light, and we'll see you soon. Bye.